I laid all of these out here earlier because I was going to show the difference between the different ages and like all the variation within Osage Orange wood and Eastern Red Cedar. But it started to rain, so I went inside. But that did give me the opportunity to show off how hydrophobic my boiled linseed oil and beeswax finishes are. Look at that. You can like tell how the water droplets are sitting on the wood. That is hydrophobic as fuck. Check it out. And this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one are all finished Osage Orange. This is a staff. Well, it's not completely finished. I'm going to put crystals on the top here. But it is finished on the outside. I just wanted to know what it would look like. And yeah, the finish keeps the epoxy from sticking to places that I don't want it to. Makes it easier to scratch off. But I do carve here where I'm actually going to attach the crystal so the epoxy does stick. But anyway, these are finished. This one was charred with a torch and then sanded just a little bit to really bring out the grain in it. The reason these are different colors, or the reason there's so much variation within Osage Orange wood, is because the older the wood is, like this one's the oldest. Obviously, I had to wire brush a whole lot of rotten wood out of it. But anyway, the older the wood is, the darker it is its color. These were also wire brushed, but they weren't nearly as old, and you can see the difference. The sapwood is a really light color and not nearly as dense. The heartwood is the darker color. This is almost 100% heartwood, and it's like moderately old, probably about 5 years dead. This one was like had just died, and this one had just died when I took the branches, or like they just died and then cured. When I took the branches that they came from and cut them off and made canes out of them, they just died. These were much older. This one, it's mostly heartwood, but you can see how much lighter the color is of its heartwood. Its heartwood was in the process of turning when this branch died. So that's interesting. These are the unfinished ones. This is like I've got, which ones are they? This one and this one are already available for sale on my Etsy store. These two I haven't listed yet. I might list them, I might finish them myself, but I carved a little bit. I used the wire brush on a section of each of these so it would show the color inside the wood. The outside darkens a whole lot quicker, but you can see like in this spot right along here, it's lighter colored, and then down here it's darker. But that's because I guess more air got to it and made the reaction quicker. But the inside of the wood also darkens, as you can see here. That's very dark. There's no way to completely stop the wood from changing color. But yeah. And then over here, we have Eastern Red Cedar, which isn't actually cedar. It's a type of juniper. And these are all, from here this way, are all cedar. This is the only one that's not finished, and it is available on my Etsy store. I also wire brushed a little bit of it to show off the grain that would be available. This one is like, there's a lot of heartwood mixed with the sapwood, and I think that's because the tree was really stressed as it was growing. You can see in the end here, it's kind of mixed. That's, if that was cut more recently, it'd be easier to tell, but yeah. That one, because of how it grew, it'll look a whole lot more like this one. Instead of having a very distinct, the heartwood's all in the center. Like there, the heartwood is usually all in the center, but with this one, and wait, that one it was in the center. With this one, and this one, it's not all in the center. It's very well mixed, as you can see. And this one was also older, as you can see, because it has a whole lot of cracks in it. But yeah, there's much less variation in the color of these, but still just a bit. This one, Eastern Red Cedar, the end looks weird because it was a sapling tree that died like this, and the root ball, most of it rotted, but as you can see, the biggest parts of the root ball in the heartwood did not rot, and I was able to wire brush it and make it so you could still see all the roots here. And then finally, the best one out of this whole bunch. This one looks like this staff here. It's Eastern Red Cedar. Oh, and yeah, before I go on and forget, I want to show off the nice handle. I did not make that on purpose, but as spirit willed, so shall it be. So this was already here. I just wire brushed all the soft, really burnt charcoal wood away. By the way, this came from a prairie fire. The tree died, but there was a whole bunch of sticks that didn't completely burn, a whole bunch of branches, and the fire really quickly cured those branches and dried them out. And I went back like a week or two after the fire and got them, and here's what we got. But if you wire brush them just enough, it really brings out the detail in the grain here. Like, check that out. Isn't that fantastic? And this only comes from green wood that is burned like at a really high temperature, but not like completely destroyed. I really doubt I could replicate this if I tried, but I do plan on trying. The prairie fire, the fact that this came from a prairie fire does give it different properties. It's much more purifying and fire-oriented energy. So keep that in mind if you want to use a branch from a prairie fire or like buy one. All right, and that is the end of my video today.